So this is what we have to cover here. Then we have a IMF in history. What is the history of IMF? You can see in the 1940s, out of the ashes. Okay, in 1950s, what happened? The Cold War was there. The communist nations withdraw from the global economic system. Okay, then in the 1960, decolonization of Africa happened. No voice. Am I not audible? Am I not audible? Let me know. So in the 1960, decolonization of Africa happened. Then in 1970s, Vietnam War and oil shocks happened. Then 1980s, international debt crisis was there. In 1990s, collapse of communism, debt relief was there. In 2000s, we have faced the debt forgiveness global financial crisis in the year 2007 and 8 we have discussed. Then 2010, a halting recovery we have seen from the crisis. And in 2020s, COVID-19, that a crisis like no other we have faced. So in all these situations, in all these conditions, IMF was always there for its member countries. Okay, now this is what IMF has done. Now these are the facts related to the IMF, International Monetary Fund. The first fact is it was established in the year 1944. The headquarters is in the Washington DC, United States. The chairperson of IMF is Ms. Kristalina Georgieva. Now it regulates the international monetary and financial order after the conclusion of World War II. Why IMF was created? IMF was created to regulate the international monetary and financial order after the World War II. Okay, so these are the facts. Now, IMF is an intergovernmental organization that oversees the global financial system. So IMF oversees the global financial system for the growth of the international payment system, for the growth of the global economy. Apart from that, IMF organizes the conduct of international monetary affairs also. What IMF is doing? IMF organizes the conduct of the international monetary affairs. It means it helps the international level to make sure that the monetary stability will be there. The stated goal of IMF was to assist in the reconstruction of world's international payment system post World War II. So what we are saying that the stated goal of IMF is to reconstruct the world international payment system after the World War II. That's why Bretton Woods conference happened, right? We have discussed that earlier also. So countries contribute funds to pool through a quota system. Now what happens? Like you are working in a bank. So your bank is providing loan to the certain customer. How your bank is able to provide loan to the certain customer? Because your bank is taking money from the public deposit. They are taking deposit from the public, and that deposit will be given as a loan to the other customers. Now the same thing IMF is doing. If any country wants to become the member of IMF or World Bank or any international economic organization, they have to contribute some amount. They have to give some contribution amount, and that contribution amount will be used to provide loan to the other countries. Okay, and that was known as your quota system. So as per the quota system, every member country have to contribute certain amount of money in the IMF, and that money from which the countries with payment imbalances temporarily can borrow money. So whatever amount whole countries are contributing in the IMF to become the member of IMF, that will be used by the IMF to provide money to those countries who are facing the payment imbalances, like who are facing the crisis, the countries who are facing the, I can see the countries who are facing here the crisis or the payment issues. So that fund will be given to those countries. Okay, now what are the objectives of IMF? The first objective is that it promotes international economic cooperation. IMF is promoting international economic cooperation. Second, it promotes the international trade also. It promotes the employment also by generating the international trade. Now to make financial resources available to member countries to meet the balance of payment needs. It also do what? It also make the financial resources available to the member countries to meet the balance of payment needs. If any country is facing balance of payment crisis, so financial resources, the funding will be provided by IMF. It helps in the macroeconomic growth. Macroeconomic growth means it helps for the overall growth of a country. Okay. Apart from that, it try to elevate the poverty and make the economic stability in the country possible. So it is doing what? It is making the poverty to reduce the poverty and also making the economic stability in the country. Then policy advice and financing for developing countries will be given by IMF. IMF will be given the advice to the developing countries, like how they should make their monetary policy, how they can make their fiscal policy, and also it provides the funding to the developing countries. Now, forum for cooperation in monetary system will be provided by IMF. So if any country's national bank need the forum for the cooperation in the monetary system, that will be provided by the IMF. Okay. Apart from that, the promotion of exchange rate stability and international payment system will also be seen by the IMF. So all these objectives of IMF is there, which directly or indirectly IMF is trying to achieve. Clear? Now, the next is that what are the functions of IMF? So there are 4 major functions of IMF. The first function is financial assistance. So IMF provide the financial assistance, or I can say loan, to the member countries. So whenever any country is facing crisis, whenever any country is there who is facing crisis or loss, so IMF will provide them the funding. That is the financial assistance function of IMF. The second is surveillance. IMF do the surveillance of the member countries to make sure that there is no crisis happen in the global economy. So surveillance means IMF doing the monitoring of the global economic system, IMF doing the monitoring of all the member countries' economic system, all the member countries' monetary policy and the fiscal policy as well. So IMF is doing the surveillance, or I can say IMF is monitoring the activities of the countries and the global economy. Then the technical assistance, whatever type of technical assistance, capacity building, help is required to the member countries, that will be provided by the IMF. Then last but not the least, IMF also helps to reduce the money laundering and the terrorism financing. IMF also help to control the money laundering in the international level and the terrorism financing in the international level. Now the organization which have created specifically for this is FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force. So Financial Action Task Force is the institution which has been created just to control the money laundering as well as to control the terrorism funding in the international market, right? But apart from FATF, IMF is also working towards to control the money laundering and the terrorism financing. Now what is money laundering? Money laundering means the conversion of black money into white money. The conversion of black money into white money is known as your money laundering. And what is terrorism financing? When the person are providing money for the terrorism activity, that is known as terrorism financing. So IMF also helped the FATF to control these 2 activities. Okay, so these are the objectives, or I can say these are the functions of IMF which we have discussed. So IMF is the twin sister organization of World Bank, and it is helping the World Bank to make the world economy to livable for the people. Okay, to make it sustainable for every person, for every society to be living in the world in a prosperity. So that will be given by the World Bank and IMF. Okay, now if you have any doubt in the IMF, do let me know. So one other information for all of you is that these 2 batches, these are the new target batches. These started from the 13th of January. We started Indian economy, Indian financial system in this batch at 7 AM, and we started the principles and practices of banking at 9 PM. So to attend these classes and to enroll in these batches, right now 81% discount is going on if you use the code Y496. Apart from that, on the Maha Packs, you will be getting double validity plus the 81% discount on all the Maha Packs that is available, right? So these are the products which are available on the application. Now what is the difference between these 2? The difference is that in the target batches, you will be getting only the conceptual classes. Okay, in the Maha Pack, you will be getting the future revision batches, MCQ batches, case study batches, everything will be available there. So how to enroll? Just click on the JAIIB CAIIB section. You have to click here. on the JAIIB 2023, and these are the products which are available. So if you want to go with the English medium batch, you can click on the English medium batch. Do check, there is a 6 months validity is going on. The study plan is available, and to enroll you have to click on the buy now and enter a code here that will be your Y496 and click on apply. When you apply, you will find here 80% off is going on, and that 80% off is available till tonight, till 12 p.m. only. After that, this offer will not be there. So 81% discount is available, 1% additional discount will be available. If you use the application, on application you will get 1% additional discount there. Okay, with the help of application you will be getting 1% additional discount there by using the coins. So the validity is 6 months. All the JAIIB 4 subjects will be covered. The price you have to pay is around 3,700. Apart from that, the more best option for you to enroll will be JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, because that will be covering with the 2 years validity, plus it will cover all the JAIIB subjects. It will cover all compulsory subject of the CAIIB, as well as it will cover all the elective paper of the CAIIB. If you want, you can go with the JAIIB ka Mahapack also. It has a 1 year validity, but JAIIB CAIIB has a 2 years validity. So if you pay around 7,000 here, you will get only 1 year validity and only the JAIIB. But if you pay the 10,000 here, you will be getting JAIIB CAIIB with the double validity, that is 12 plus 12 month validity, 2 years validity. So do read all the details. After reading all the details, you will find that this is the batch, this is the product which is there is a cost benefit analysis is. You will find this investment very useful for you. So to enroll, you can use the code Y496 and click on the apply. When you apply, you will find here the 80% discount. For 1% additional discount, you have to go to the Aero 24/7 application and use the coins. The validity will be 12 plus 12 month validity. JAIIB, CAIIB both will be covered, and the price you have to pay is around 10,500. And this offer, double validity plus the 81% discount, will be available till 12 p.m. today, and the code to enroll will be Y496. Clear? So this is the information for all of you. So if you still have any doubt in the IMF or in any particular session of yours, you can ask your question, your query on the comment section. I will be checking your comment and answering there. Okay. So last but not the least, if you are new to the channel of Office Adda 24/7, then do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Okay. So thank you for joining the session and have a great day.